I do love this old plane. Go fly along the mountains. I don't know, maybe go fly over Lake DeSmet. We'll see. Well, it is a beautiful day for a flight. It is so freaking nice out here. Anyways, I just talked to a woman in the airport here that asked about me being a Marine. And we had a pretty good chat about it. Maybe I'll blab about it in flight and post some of it. She said she was not expecting to hear what I had to say. She hadn't heard it before. I would say it's just, without trying to toot my horn too terrible much, it's just the mentality of a warrior versus somebody that just goes in the military for college or a life, just a stable life. There's a difference between that and the mentality of a warrior. So, and I was with warriors, so maybe we'll talk about it. Hope this is a good, safe flight, unlike yesterday. It was good, but it did have its unsafe moment. Out of here. I'm gonna head out, have a nice little sightseeing flight. Maybe blab a little bit about the mentality of our warriors that don't get heard about. We hear a lot about the crybabies. Like that lady said, I should talk because people don't know. So, here we go. We are ready. Sheridan traffic, tripacer 1799 Papa, taking runway 33 for a left crosswind departure to the west. Sheridan traffic. Clear left, clear right. Definitely don't need any incidents like we had yesterday. That is not cool. My brother Joey is just calling me. I just can't quite answer at the moment. All right, here we go. Carb heat is off. One stage of flap. Rotate at 70. We got airspeed. We are at 70. Climbing out of the 100 right now. Climbing at 800 feet a minute. Not too bad. Kick left, unlike yesterday, right? Get clear of the pattern in case somebody wants to come in and land with a tailwind straight into me. Sheridan traffic, tripacer 1799 Papa, departed runway 33 to the west, climbing through 5,000, Sheridan traffic. What a nice day. Anyway, so the lady I was talking to in the airport, we had a pretty good conversation.
Sheridan traffic, SkyWest 5096, 8-mile final for runway 33.
I was talking to her about how the silent professional nonsense that gets pushed mostly by the veteran community, to be honest, to shush anybody who wants to talk about their war experiences, as if that makes them a bad person, you know. or a bragger or something like that, or a liar. More so, I would say a liar, you know. Lots of times people say if somebody talks about war, then they're a liar, you know. It's not true. If you look back at warrior societies from the past, that's what they did. They came back and they told their war stories and they did their war dances, you know, and they told everybody what they had done for their people, you know. And they were celebrated for it. Nowadays, it looks to me like you get celebrated if you're a crybaby. If you come back and you start talking about war and you actually are honest about it and you say, yeah, you know, I enjoyed killing people. Yeah, you know how that gets looked at? Yeah, I enjoyed killing people. Oh no, he's a psycho, put him in the nut ward. No, that's actually a very common warrior mentality. It's just shunned in our society and by lots of our veterans, because lots of our veterans, you got to understand, are not warriors. There's a difference between the warriors and just the soldiers per se, you know. I always looked at the Marine Corps as having more of the warriors, but that's not true either, not completely true. The Army's got some seriously awesome warriors, you know. But, you know, typically speaking, the Army is more the ones that are going to be an occupying force, let's just say. When I went over to Iraq, that was, to my knowledge, the first time that the Marine Corps had been used in that capacity. We'll step a little away from the mountain here. It's kind of coming up into the foothills. I don't want to get too low to the ground. So, I know you can't see it out that side of the GoPro, but when we come back, you'll be able to see a little bit. But anyway, I was telling her how...
Sure, Traffic Husky 923, Charlie, 3.5 miles to the west, or east, excuse me, 4,500. We'll overfly the airport midfield to the left, downwind 33.
Inbound about. Sheridan traffic, SkyWest 5096 is on a short final for runway 33.
Anyways, she had asked me, I guess, about my experiences. I told her when I was in Iraq, and she's like, oh man, so that was the wild time. You seen a few things. And, yeah. We started talking, and it wasn't what she expected, I guess, but you know, the guys I was with, there was some pansies for sure, but I was with a group of guys that had a lot more warriors than your regular, you know, just military units that we have, you know, most of the people in the military, quite frankly, they didn't go in there to kill people. They went in there for a job. They want to haul around the bacon and the beans and all that kind of good stuff, you know. So I didn't. I went in the Marine Corps planning on dying. I was going to go to war, planned on dying, and things just didn't work out that way. There's Ranchester over there. Is that Dayton? No, Dayton's over there closer to the mountain.
There's traffic 93 Charlie, we're crossing midfield to the left, downwind 33.
She said she never heard anything like what I was explaining. I said that's just because it's been shunned and shushed by our society, and like I've said, more so by our veterans. Ashamed by our veterans. I was on a veteran chat site online, and there was some of the infantry guys that were saying they were sitting in the VA, and there was some dude just wanting to talk about the war or whatever, and they said, I don't want to listen to what he has to say, bragging, lying, worthless, whatever, you know. I said, you know, shame on you guys.
Charlie, we're turning left, downwind 33, stop and go, Johnson County.
You know, the way the talk went, the way the talk...
Traffic, SkyWest 5096 is down and clear of runway 33, taxi.
These guys done talking or what? Land the planes. But the way the talk went was like, yeah, you know, screw that guy, you know, with his stories and talking. He needs to just be quiet because real warriors don't talk. What a bunch of baloney. That's only in modern society where talking about war makes you sound like you're a weak or a braggart. You know, that was the common theme for warriors back in the day, so I'm gonna climb up here a little bit, see if it's any smoother up a little higher. But so like she said when we got done talking, she's like,
3 Charlie, returning left base for 3-3, stop and go, Sheridan County.
she says, you need to keep telling people this kind of stuff. People need to hear it. I said, I agree. People do need to hear it, but sometimes it gets kind of tiring letting people know, especially when the veteran community is the worst about acting like you're full of shit. And to be quite frankly honest, I wasn't the,
Charlie base to final, stop and go 3-3, Sheridan County.
obviously I wasn't the baddest warrior ever, but I was pretty bad. I ended up, I did put in my package to go to MARSOC. It ended up being right before I ended up getting out and being a single dad, but I found out how well my all my scores and everything actually did rate, you know. I already knew I was ahead of the pack for the most part, you know, physically for sure. I was skinny, but I was a hard charger, you know, and I was vicious. But people don't want to hear, a lot of people don't want to hear the talk that I have. They, for some reason, it weirds them out. They don't want to hear the way I think, like I'm some kind of an odd guy, when realistically I'm just more of an old school Spartan mentality, Old West mentality, whatever you may want to call it. But yeah.
Sheridan County 923 Charlie, be departing runway 33.
What a beautiful day. Push down a little. Sheridan traffic, tripacer 1799 Papa, departing to the south, 10 miles out, 7,000 feet, last call, Sheridan traffic. Wait a little bit, see if they say anything, and then swap over to Buffalo frequencies, see what's going on over there. Go fly down the lake. Wonder how they're doing down here at Monument Point fishing. Might go down there later. Stan was gonna be out here fishing. Pretty sweet looking.
Johnson County traffic, RV 270 Hotel, downwind for runway 31, Johnson County.
We got one red on the PAP piece. Still at 80, 1400 RPM. Two reds. Come back and look for 70. Oh, let's get straight. A little rough.